Hey guys, it's Crochet, and I'm back with another video, and here is the process video for decorating the cover of my Traveler's Notebook bullet journal. So I'm going to be using this Paper Studio purple and white zebra print paper. And what I love about Paper Studio in general is that their papers are not that thick. Now I wouldn't use them for Project Life, but I would definitely use them for layering and also, of course, covering my Traveler's Notebook because I don't like to use very thick scrapbook paper to do this part of my Traveler's Notebook. So I'm adding adhesive to the front and back, especially around the edges, because I want this paper to be secured and I don't want any air bubbles whatsoever. So I'm just pressing the back very smoothly, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to start cutting off the excess paper. And this is an 8.5 by 11, so it was a perfect size. It wasn't too much waste of paper because I don't like to have a lot of scrap left over. So here I'm cutting off the corners so it'll be easier for me to fold in the edges and paste those down to really make sure my edges are covered and I don't have to deal with my cover over time peeling away from, or the paper peeling away from the cover of my Traveler's Notebook. So here I'm just cutting the top part and the bottom part a little bit because it's a little bit difficult when you have a very thick middle part of the Traveler's Notebook with all those papers. So sometimes it can be hard not to use all the paper, so you do have to snip away a little bit in the middle part so it's just easier to fold in. Okay, so since I'm done with that, I do want to add a little bit more on the front part of my Traveler's Notebook, and I'm going to do something completely different. You probably haven't seen anyone else do this, but I really want to combine my two favorite hobbies. And one of the other hobbies besides paper crafting is crochet, because I've been crocheting a lot since December. So I want to crochet along the edge of the front cover. I was thinking of going around the edges, but I was afraid that if I did do that, maybe it won't come out nicely, or it won't come out exactly the way I imagined. So I decided to just start small and just to see how it comes out. And this is where I use my single hole puncher and to punch the holes, so it's just easier for me to crochet through the cover. Now I wish my hole puncher was a little bit, like the holes were a little bit smaller, but maybe next time I might have to invest in finding a hole puncher that's a little bit smaller. So first I used my smallest crochet hook, which is I believe a 2.75 mm, but then it was just too small to grab the yarn that I'm using, which is the Lily Sugar and Cream 100% cotton. And I'm using the ombre fruit punch because it just goes with the color scheme that I'm going with. So I am using my 3.5 mm. And I'm doing a single crochet through all the holes, but 2 single crochets in each hole. And after I'm done, I do realize that I do miss a hole, which really shocks me because I'm very thorough when it comes to crochet. But yeah, this yarn has white, blue, green, and purple. So I really love using ombre yarns because when I work with them, I like seeing how the yarn changes colors every time when I make a single crochet or double half, double crochet, and so forth. And it just makes me want to keep going and see the next new color. So anyways, like I mentioned, I'm just doing or adding 2 single crochets in each hole. So if you are thinking of doing crochet, I definitely recommend this because this does come out nicely. Besides, well, not exactly how I want it. I mean, the crochet came out the way I want it, but you'll see later on when it comes to the additional embellishments that it's a little bit off-centered. So that's probably the only thing on this cover that I don't like, is that the title of my children's notebook is off-centered. So here I'm just putting the rest of that yarn underneath the single crochet so you don't see them, and that is completely done. And here I'm gonna add a charm because this is where I noticed I missed a hole. So I thought I was gonna be able to put that charm in that hole that I missed, but then I decided to put in one of the single crochets. And I try not to let that tool touch my yarn because it's very rusty and I don't want any of the rust color onto my white yarn. So I'm using some old alpha stickers that I bought from the Target dollar spot like a few years ago. So I'm using these peach color numbers to spell out 2018. And I was thinking of putting January above it like I usually do with my traveler's notebook, but I decided just to go with the year first because I just want to see if this traveler's notebook will be enough for 1 year, or maybe it might go over 1 year and so forth. So if it does go over 1 year, then at least I have some room to add the month or 2019 for next year. So I'm going through my Simple Stories Bliss sticker tablet. I don't really add a lot. I just add 2 stickers. The big plans, which I thought was perfect because I really want to do a lot more stuff, or I really want to accomplish more this year compared to last year. So I just have a lot of things that I've listed, or a lot of goals I should say, listed that I want to accomplish. And I do add this floral right underneath, and this is where it's off-centered, and that's the only thing I don't like, but that's okay. Perfection isn't everything. So that is pretty much it for this process video, and I hope you guys liked it. And I absolutely love this cover. It's probably one of my favorites, and I wouldn't hesitate doing the crochet again on one of my traveler's notebooks. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.